Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the July 21st, 2021 virtual meeting of Chatham's Historic Business District Commission. My name is Daniel Silva. I am the current chairman. Hopefully, this meeting will unfold as follows. As soon as Sarah Clark, the Central Permitting Coordinator, finishes reading the Governor's directives concerning these virtual meetings, we'll have a roll call of the members who are present and will be participating in the meeting this afternoon. As soon as that is completed, we'll move right on to the minutes. And as soon as the minutes are completed, we will move on to the applications. And when your application is read, we ask that you speak up and make your presence known and give a brief synopsis of what your project proposes. All right, Sarah.
Please note this meeting is being recorded and will be available shortly hereafter for scheduled and on-demand viewing on any smartphone or tablet device. If anyone else is recording the meeting, please notify the chairman. This meeting of the Historic Business District Commission is being conducted remotely in accordance with Section 20 of Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021 and shall afford adequate alternative means of public access via Microsoft Teams by calling the phone number 1-508-945-4410, conference ID 175-455-297#, or join the meeting online via Microsoft Teams through the link in the posted agenda. Despite our best efforts, we may not be able to provide for real-time access, and we'll post a record of this meeting on the town's website as soon as possible. In accordance with the town policy, the public can speak to any issue/hearing or business item on the agenda during the meeting when recognized by the chair.
Thank you, Sarah. And as I said, we'll now do a roll call of the members who are attending the meeting this evening or afternoon. We have our Vice Chair, Darcy Sequin.
Darcy Sequin is here.
All right, our clerk, Sam Strybert.
Sam Strybert is here.
Regular member Bob Burns.
Bob Burns is here.
Regular member Doug Grattan.
Doug Grattan is here.
Our first alternate, Steve DuBois.
Steve DuBois is here.
And as I said, my name is Daniel Silva. I am the current chairman, and I am present, obviously. All right. Again, first order of business will be the minutes, and as soon as those are approved, we'll move right on to the applications. And the minutes needing approval of those of July 7th. Are there any comments, amendments, or anyone like to chime
Doug,
in?
would like to make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Last chance for comments.
Yes, I'd like to make a comment, please, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Sam, yep.
On the last series of bullet points about the commission discussion, a member found that in-person meetings is a better option for presentation, clarity, and personal touch. But I was the one who made that particular bullet point. But I think it should also include that it's a citizen's right to be heard in person by his examiners. Let's put it that way. And so that's something I feel that is in operation.
Okay, very good. All right, Darcy, do you want to make a motion to amend the minutes?
I'll make a motion. Doug, go ahead.
Doug Grattan makes a motion to amend the minutes as presented by Sam Strybert.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. I don't think we need to go through all the rest for the minutes, so I'll go right on to voting with these. Darcy Sequin.
Darcy Sequin in favor.
Sam Strybert.
Sam Strybert in favor.
Bob Burns.
Bob Burns in favor.
Doug Grattan.
Doug Grattan in favor.
Steve DuBois.
Steve DuBois in favor.
Dan Silver is in favor as well. Very good. all right. Now, Sam, what is our first application?
First application is for a sign, 21-61, Archangel Michael International Food Mart, care of Marie Cartaccio. An application to install a ladder sign to the existing ground sign located at 1223 Main Street. And the sign the central permitting coordinator has deemed the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
Excellent, Sam. Thank you. Do we have the applicant or the representative here?
Yes, we do.
We do. You don't have your mic on. Can you see your little mic? Or unmuted? Marie? Can you unmute your mic?
Dan, she is unmuted. I think her connection just isn't all that great. So we could do a call in because it's hard to hear her over the computer.
Can you get in touch with her?
Yes, I can call her phone number and call her into the meeting. So you are going to want to mute your microphone on your computer, Marie, and I will call your cell phone number so that way you can participate they'll see you on the computer, but you'll be calling in on the phone. Marie, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to mute your computer. Oh, there you go. All right, you should be all set to proceed.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Dan Silva, the current chairman. Can you tell us a little bit about your sign, please?
I heard you, but I heard you double.
So Marie, you're going to want to shut off the volume on your speakers on your computer as well. And just listen via the phone, but you can watch the presentation on your computer, then you won't hear it twice.
Oh, because I was on the phone since the beginning. My laptop is not working. So
Okay.
I'm on the phone right now. And before I was on the phone too.
Okay, so I have the board's ready to hear your presentation. I have the picture of the ladder sign up on the screen for the audience and the board members to see. So if you could present that to them.
Okay. Well, my name is Marie Cantasio. I want to open a full market, and it's called International Arcangel Michael Full Market, which I'm going to provide international products and merchandise to my clients from different countries, starting with Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Puerto Rico, Haiti, and India. So I just want, since Chatham doesn't have an international food market, I just want to provide, everything, every little bit of food that a lot of people have to go elsewhere to buy, and they don't have to drive and far away. They could just have a food market in Chatham, which is international from each different type of country. And that's what I want to offer there at that location.
Okay, so your sign is how big? Is it the same size as what was up there, or is this new altogether?
I think it's it's a little smaller than the one that was there. Yeah, a little bit, not so much, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, and it's going to be red, white, and blue, obviously.
Yes.
The name is in gold with black outlines. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you.
The name of your business is in gold. It's gold lettering with black outline,
Yes, I believe so, yes.
and you have graphics in the middle,
Yep.
many colors. Yep.
And it's so like the food, the angel is carrying a basket, with food and bread and little things of each country. That's the reason the little flags around it that represent, like a fruit or vegetable of each country that is around it.
Okay. Right. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, let's find out what the members think. Darcy?
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very clever, whoever did this logo for you. Unfortunately, I think when we do ladder signs, they have to be compatible. And if you see Samantha's above you, it is either black and white or blue and white, I'm not sure. And I don't think the logo is doing you any justice. When I first looked at this sign, I saw Archangel Michael, but I didn't see the market. And I'm afraid that people driving by at 40 miles an hour may not see it either. So my suggestion, and it's only my suggestion, is to remove the red, white, and blue background and use the Archangel Michael in gold as you have it, and International Food Market as you have it. That would only be my suggestion.
Okay, that's my flag, the Dominican flag. That's the one you see in the back.
Yeah. Okay, that's it, Dan.
Okay, thank you, Darcy. Sam?
I think Darcy's sense about this is entirely accurate and correct. That it's the red and the blue actually are distracting aspects of the sign, and the International Food Market part to be larger lettering and architectural Archangel and Michael smaller, and the logo will go unappreciated, I'm afraid, from the road, even though it is very, very nice and wouldn't be something that I would cause me to vote against this project. But I think the simplest thing is to remove the red and the blue, and include white as a background.
White background.
Thank you, Sam.
I can hardly hear what he said. Somebody repeat that.
Yeah, Sam, can you repeat it slowly and a little bit louder?
I believe the sign will be improved as Darcy has indicated by removing the blue and the red and substituting a white black background and positioning the letter International Food Market larger and Archangel Michael smaller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bob Burns?
I would agree with Sam and Darcy. I think removing the red and the blue, making that white, trying to make Archangel a little bit smaller and really highlight the International Food Market.
Okay. Doug Gratt?
Yeah, I believe it just needs to be simplified and go with the black and white. And, I don't even know if the logo would be too much as a distraction and the sign would be missed. I think it needs to be redesigned and represented to us to see what we would approve.
Steve DuBois?
Yeah, I kind of believe, I agree with all the previous comments. I think this sign is very bold. It's a nice sign, but I think it's bold and it sort of overpowers the other sign on the ladder. So, some of the changes that could be made that were previously suggested, I think it would be a better idea. Maybe keep the graphics in the center for some color, but remove the blue and the red rectangles and change the lettering a bit.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to understand what that sign is trying to convey when you're driving by. It's way too busy, and it does overpower the existing sign. And it is our custom to require that all the boards on a ladder sign more or less match. And I think he's doing himself a disservice. I think what he needs is just a sign that size, which is fine. I think it needs to be a completely white background, and I think International Foods should be doubled in size, because I think that's what he's trying to sell. Looking at the sign, I would have no idea what Archangel Michael means or what the flags are or anything else. I mean, it's a very nice sign, but to be honest with you, it'd make a better flag or a bumper sticker, but I don't think it works at all as a sign. In this particular case, I don't think it's appropriate at all. I do, as I say, I wish him well, and I think that what he should be pushing is just the international food market, because that's really what people will be seeing and looking for on the road. So anyways, that's my thoughts. What do you think, sir? Are you up to any of these changes?
I'm sorry, are you talking to me? I can hardly hear you. I'm so sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I think what the general consensus is that the sign is just too colorful and too complicated and needs to be simplified.
Okay.
I think what the majority of the members are saying is what you need is just a white background. The size is fine, but just a white sign up there with large letters that say International Food Market.
Okay, so just the letter and take off the angel?
It makes no sense, to be very honest with you. Driving by, it would make no sense whatsoever. It wouldn't compute with people driving by. If they're looking for food, they're going to be looking for a food market. They won't be looking for an archangel.
Okay. Okay, so what you want?
Fortunately, the commission also usually requires that the signs on a ladder sign like that more or less match each other. So you're not doing that at all.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Every one of them thought that the graphics was fine, but just not appropriate, not working actually for you. If there was a great big sign up there that said International Food Market, I think you'd be far better served. And I think the rest of the members believe the same thing.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that to take off leave it the white background, right?
Yeah.
And just put International Food Market without the basket and the angel?
Well, the archangel drawing that you have is a little complicated. Maybe if you want to put it off in a corner, it just doesn't compute. It doesn't relate to people that it's got to do with international foods.
Okay.
I mean, we have 6 members here tonight, and none of them understood what it was when they saw it, and they've had time to look it over. So anybody driving by at 35 or 40 is not going to have the opportunity to figure it out. They will figure out a sign that says international food for sure, and that's what you're trying to sell, is it not?
Yep. Okay. So just a white background and then International Food Market, and take out the angel and the basket.
If you want to come back with it, you're more than welcome to any time, and we'll review it again. The size is fine. And I would probably suggest that you put a very small black border around it.
Black border?
Black border. Black line.
Oh, black border?
Yeah, a black line around the outside of the sign, about 1 inch or so in.
Okay, black border around the sign. On both signs, right?
Well, this is, right now, we're talking about the ladder sign. But yes, you're.
Oh, they're talking about the ladder? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But actually, both signs should match. I mean, if you want people to know where to go, you'll be looking for the same size. So,
So on both sides, you want me to take the on both sides, the one on top of the store too, only it says International Food Market, a white background on both
Yep.
of them?
yep.
Oh,
And maybe,
okay.
maybe you can use that logo someplace else. I didn't say this, but maybe in the door or something. I didn't say that, but maybe something like that.
So you give me permission to use at least on the door, the angel, right?
Yeah, but I didn't say it. So,
Okay, I'm not saying to use that either. Well, I appreciate it though.
okay. No, I think you got a great idea, and I think you should advertise it to people. So let's get the word out
Yeah,
there. Let's
that's
give
what
them
I'm
a sign
trying
they
to
can read.
do.
Yep.
So the
Maybe-
International Food Market ladder, right? You think that it could be in black and gold?
Okay, Darcy's shaking her head, so I'm not gonna go there.
Can I make a
Okay.
suggestion?
Yes.
Yeah, I would
Darcy?
suggest coming back with maybe 2 different signs and let us see, which one you like better and see if we can approve either one of those, rather than just coming back with one.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Okay, so.
And it could be like a basket with food in it, right?
Yeah, I would put international food, the biggest letters you can get on that sign.
Okay.
I think that's a general concept, general thought here. Sarah, can we just continue this to our next meeting?
Well, provided that she would have the ability to have the sign renderings ready for the board members, we can.
Oh, yeah, I mean procedurally.
Yes, we can. It would be the earliest meeting that she could be reheard at would be August 4th.
Okay, do you think you could get a couple of samples ready for us, sir,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
by August 4th?
Yes.
Okay, then would you please request a continuance until August 4th? Just say, I wish to continue this hearing.
Oh, yes. I wish to continue this until August 4th. Definitely.
All right, thank you, sir. Excellent.
Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you.
All right, we'll have to vote on it now.
Don't go away yet.
Okay, I'm not.
Doug, would you make a motion to continue this hearing till August?
Doug Grant will make a motion to continue this hearing for application 21061 until August 4th, or when the applicant can represent.
Thank you.
Darcy Seacon will second the motion.
Okay, I think everybody's been through this enough so they know what the situation is. So Darcy,
Darcy's in approval.
Sam Schreiber,
I'm in approval.
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns approves.
Doug Grattan,
Doug Grattan approves.
Steve DuBois,
Steve DeBoer approves.
Dan Silver approves as well. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you, sir. All righty. All right, Sam. So I guess we're going to do the same thing on this one, but go ahead.
Is our applicant still?
Sam, you're up.
I just had something interrupt me. Let me read the.
You want me to read it, Sam?
All right, I have it right here. It's another sign, 21-062, Archangel Michael International Food Mart, care of Marie Cartaccio. Application to install a wall sign on the structure located at 1223 Main Street.
Okay, so our applicant is still with us?
Yes, I am.
And the sign, the central permitting coordinator said the proposed sign complies with the sign bylaw.
All righty. Well, sir, are you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a nice size sign up there, and I think if you get it in whatever colors you want, outside of too many, I think it's going to be great. So you understand that when you're coming back, you're going to be coming back with samples that will apply to both the ladder sign and the wall sign, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to try to cut through to the chase here and ask you again to continue this application to the August 4th meeting. Or
Yes.
but continue it, if you would, please.
Yes, I accept to continue it until August 4th.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir. Dan?
don't you maybe want to do a quick run through, because this is quite a different situation with the wall sign. It's not exactly being approved, being looked at 40 miles an hour. This is something that they'll be able to pull right up to it and see it, but it's a little different. It will look different than the walls, than the ladder sign, and so I think it should be rethought, but I don't think the same criteria, the busyness is necessarily, but the international food market must be the strongest piece of information on the sign. But it's up to you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, well, let's find out. So was that your comments? That's fine. All right, let's find out, Sam. Darcy?
I'm going to suggest the same thing as the ladder sign. I think Sam made a good point about being the international food market as, the main sign there. And I just think it should be the same as the ladder sign.
All righty. Bob Burns?
I'm okay with a different sign. Again, I would like to see international food market larger, downplay Archangel, maybe Marilee put a bread basket up there, but I think you want to highlight this international food market more, and it could be black and gold. Get rid of the red and blue, but those are my comments. So I would agree with you coming back for another look at this sign.
All righty, Doug Grattan?
Oh, my opinion is that I think both signs should work with each other and complement and sort of display the same message. So I think it would be to the advantage of the store owner that the wall sign work with the ladder sign and convey the same message.
All right, Steve DuBois?
Yeah, I kind of think the same thing. I think the two signs, the ladder sign and the wall sign, should sort of complement each other and be similar to each other. Maybe move that logo to let's say the left side of the sign, and that would give you the entire surface area, the rest of the sign, to spell out the name of the business and what it is. I'm okay with a white sign. You could have a color graphic up there maybe. But I think the two signs should be as similar to one another as possible.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. I appreciate Sam's thoughts and comments about this particular application. I'm a little concerned about the red. The red is really, really bright. I don't know if it's as bright as what we're seeing on the photo. I think it would be fine if he used the logo on this one and moved it off to one end and had, international food market in black on a white background. But anyways, we'll see what he comes back with. See what he wants to do. I think he's headed in the right direction.
Doug Graham, would like to make a motion that we continue this application number 21-062 to August 4th if the applicant is able to get presentation together for us to review.
Darcy Seacon will second the motion.
All righty, again, we know what system, everyone knows the system, all right, the routine of it. All right, Darcy,
Darcy's in favor.
Sam Schreiber,
Darcy, Sam Stryder's in favor.
Steve DeBoy,
Steve DeBoer's in favor.
Doug Bratton,
Doug Ratton's in favor?
Bob Burns,
Bob Burns in favor.
and Dan Silver in favor. Steve, I hope you appreciate the fact that you're no longer the last one to vote. I kind of mixed it up, buddy.
I do. I'm moving up.
Marie, this is Sarah from the town of Chatham. You can just email me the revised renderings as soon as you have them, and we'll make sure that they get distributed to the board members.
Oh, okay. And I have a question. So at least I could, when I come to you, everybody, at least I could have, international, Italian and food market and the letters and a nice basket of fruit and vegetable next to it. I'm just asking.
Sure.
Yes,
what you got?
the board would like you to come back on August 4th with a couple different renditions of what you would like the signs to look like based on the suggestions that they have provided you.
Okay. Thank
And
you
I'd
so
like to
much.
add- Yeah, Sarah, I'd like to add one last comment. I just want to tell the gentleman, I think everybody on the board is hoping that he will be successful. And the idea of an international food market is, very good, so. All righty?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. All right, Sam, where are we?
Third sign application 21-063 Courtyard Condominium Association, care of Susan Smith. Application to install directional signs at 15 Balfour Lane. And the central permitting coordinator has deemed the proposed signs do not require the grant of a sign permit. And I can read further. The sign bylaw says non-permit signs indicating entrance, exit, parking, or the like erected on premises for the direction of persons or vehicles.
Does it say anything about the size, Sam?
No, it hasn't. It doesn't. So that's sort of interesting, I think.
All righty.
Considering
Okay, I know that we have a representative here, is that right? Am I correct?
You do. This is Susan Smith.
All righty. There we go, Sarah. Do we have a
Say something,
close-up
Sue.
of the signs?
Oh, that's the picture of the parking lot. So should I go ahead and describe what we're doing?
Sure, please do. Yep.
Okay. So basically, we came to last year and we've installed the identifying sign out on the entranceway to the condo on the right. What we're having a problem with right now is the condo, as you know, abuts the parking lot in the front of the building, Pate's Restaurant. And the new Pate's Restaurant now is having clientele coming and going from the rear of the building. So what we're running into is we have people parking in the front spots, even though we have them numbered. There's some old, I don't even know where they came from, signs that were thrown up on the fence, but I don't think people see them and they're not paying attention to them clearly. So we've actually had a couple of the residents, their cars have been scratched by other cars. And so we really have to do something about it. So we've consulted with a couple of different sources, one being up in Hingham at the Hingham Shipyard, where they have a similar situation with the one of the restaurants and a condo sort of abutting the parking area. And we talked with the people there and we talked with the sign maker. I went to the police and we came up with this verbiage, and hopefully it's not offensive to anyone. There will be 7 different metal signs that will be mounted on 2x4s that will be painted, so that, and they'll be about 3.5 feet off the ground. So when someone pulls into the parking spot, apart from the handicapped one that's out there, they'll see this in front of them. So hopefully they'll pay attention, and it says no restaurant parking, you'll be towed. The police said we had to put that, we had to identify the sign as it's indicated that it's being assigned to a certain owner of a condo. So so hopefully we're covering our bases without having it too verbose, and the colors coordinate with the navy blue that we used on our main signs. So, you know, we're trying to do something tasteful, but also that gets the point across, because it's getting a little annoying. So that's
All right, I
about it.
understand your situation. What's holding these signs? Where are they, what are they being attached to?
Okay, so the 2x4s, we're going to paint, you know, stakes. So when you pull into your parking spot, directly in front of each parking spot, these will be sunk into the ground, not back by the fence. I think that's too far away. I think it has to be right in front of people's visual eye. So that's what we've seen other settings that have been successful. It, unfortunately, you sort of have to hit people over the head, I think, because it's really, people are being quite bold. Even if they've been told that it's private parking, they're continuing to park there. So that's basically it, just little stakes, but they'll be nicely painted wood to coordinate. It's all navy blue, you know, base with white.
And how many of these are there? How many are you proposing?
7. And then already existing there, of course, is a handicap space. That has nothing to do with this.
Okay, so there'll be 7 down the length of the fence we're looking at now.
Right, and if you look closely, I'm not sure, I don't know, I think you can see one on the fence. Somebody a long time ago, before my time here, went off and just sort of stuck these things with Velcro or something onto the fence. But I think what's happened is people are just pretending like they're not seeing that. It's too far away from the actual parking spot.
Well, I think I see 7 posts there as it is counting the corner post. Okay, let's find out what the members think.
Okay.
Steve, you want to start us off?
Okay, I don't have a problem with them sort of protecting their parking area. They're entitled to it, so I don't have a problem with the sign, and I hope, you know, hopefully it'll get the job done. You may want to consider something a little more substantial than a 2x4, though, to hold it up, but I have no problem with the sign itself.
Okay, Doug Grattan?
A couple of questions. The sign is not lighted, correct?
The sign is not what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Lighted? There's no lighting?
No, there will not, we can't afford that, no.
Okay. Is the white background a reflective material or a flat white?
I think the sign maker takes into consideration, I think it's slightly reflective, but not like flashy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like that high Mylar look. I think it has a little bit of reflectance to it, but I can certainly request that if that you think. I just don't want it to be too harsh during the day, though, you know? I mean, right now, quite honestly, most of these people are coming during daylight hours. You know, they're coming up until like 8 o'clock at night, and it's light. So.
Well, in my opinion, I don't think it needs to be reflective material, and I like the sign. I would approve of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Doug?
Thank you.
Okay, Bob Burns?
Susan, a few questions. Who
Sure.
does the condominium association own those parking spaces?
Yes, we actually, our border actually goes quite a distance out. It's 61 feet from the corner of the building. So it actually goes out to sort of towards the end of the cement. If you ever come here and look over to the left, there's a cement wall.
Right.
And goes almost to the end of that.
Oh,
So
the cement wall. Okay.
yeah, so unfortunately, well, it's only on the left. It's like a border wall. Unfortunately, it's never been maintained out front. So I think, it has never been a problem before this year. I'm going to be perfectly straightforward. And I've spoken with the owners of Pate's. I've asked for a sign within, like inside their restaurant. So when people come in, they sort of see, something like, please don't park in the condo, kind of sign. But anyway, so I think because of the fact they now have that entrance to the back of the restaurant in the rear of the restaurant. They've never had that before. When Gardner was here, that was never the case. So now we have, if you come to the back of the Pate's right now, there's a ramp and it goes into the rear of the restaurant. So
Okay.
that's created a lot more buzz in terms of people parking.
Right, right. And then on each sign, Sarah, if you can pull the sign up again, please. Is each unit going to be identified like unit Q? Are you going to have all the different units, different letters?
Yeah. But each unit is assigned 2 parking places out front. And only, like my parking place is over to the right. So that
Right.
we're not being affected. It's only 3 units park out front.
Okay. Do you need the unit queue on the bottom, or do you really need that for each one?
Well, that was suggested by 2 people. So if you don't think it's necessary, we won't put it. But I just thought it was sort of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, like because the actual number is down on the ground where the cement is, and no
Right.
one sees it. No one sees that.
Okay. Well, it may declutter the sign a little bit.
Yeah.
The other thing is, I would agree with Doug. I think 2x4 may not be the best.
Well, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Right now we're trying to catch up with a lot of projects around here that were never done for years. So our budget is extremely low. So we're trying to get away. We have a family and friends situation, which is wonderful for people helping to install, and that's what they recommended. We can't afford more, vinyl sheaths on top of 4x4s. It pushes it up about $30 or $40 worth. So for the installation, so we thought we'd start with these.
Okay. And then the other.
Perfectly honest. I mean, that's the bottom line. They will be very attractive. They'll be painted. They'll look nice. I'm not going to do anything that doesn't look nice. We looked at metal. We don't want to do metal. It looks very tacky looking. So that's our feeling, is that we just can't go, we can't do the same thing that we did with the other signs.
Okay. And then two other things, the height, 3 feet, may be too low if you want to be in somebody's front window, car window. I don't know if that's too low or not. So you may want to give that some thought.
Yeah, well, it was going to start at 3.5 feet. And then you add on the 18 inches above that. So you're bringing it in that the top of the sign would be about at 5 feet.
Okay.
That's where we're headed, yeah.
Okay, and the last recommendation would be, in your application, it says 8 signs. I guess it's only 7.
Yeah.
And then there are a lot of signs, and I would suggest you remove those signs, those 4 signs on the fence.
Oh, we are. Oh, for sure. First of all, they were never, I don't know if they needed a permit, but nothing was ever done. And they're terrible looking. As I said, they're applied with like Velcro or double-sided tape or something stupid. So no, those are going. We're not going to be redundant in terms of having all these signs out there. Yeah, no.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Good luck. I can see what you're going through over there. So
yeah. Well, we're trying to be nice neighbors, but then it's also, there's a line at which, we have a handicapped guy that lives downstairs. It's like there are times that our parking has been blocked when there's an ambulance that's there. So, enough is enough already, I've had it.
Yeah, but to somebody that may come to the restaurant, is there going to be something next to the handicap sign, or?
Well, the handicap sign is a handicap spot. Anyone can park in the handicap who has a handicap sticker,
Okay, but the gentleman who is using that spot now may not have it if the restaurant's in,
Yeah, he doesn't drive, so.
oh, he doesn't, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, no further questions, thanks.
Okay, Sam,
Thank you. Thanks for your input. I appreciate all of that.
Sam Stryber,
Yeah.
any comments, questions?
Oh, I think they're perfectly right to do this. I'm hoping that it'll be visible and be effective.
Okay, Darcy,
I think my commissioners did a wonderful job in making suggestions, and I have no others. And I can appreciate, Susan, what everyone's going through over there.
Yeah,
All
it's,
right,
you know,
I have a question and also a comment. Bob, addressing your concern, I believe there's a fence behind where they propose to put these signs. It's about 6 feet tall, so the signs aren't going to be in the way of anything. When we had the picture that Sarah had,
right.
6 foot fence down the whole length. Or 5
Yeah,
foot fence.
it's not quite 6 feet. I think it's more like 5 or 4.5 or
Yeah,
something.
so.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I do have
Was
a
there-
question. Do you mind if I ask a question? When people said that they didn't think a 2x4 was sufficient, what would they recommend?
Bob,
I have a recommendation. I'd worry about somebody bumping into them and breaking them off.
Yeah.
That's what my thought
Yeah,
is.
I foresee that happening. So, you know, the way people drive, I guess people are so anxious to get their sushi or their drink. I don't know. But anyway, I've seen some crazy driving this year. That's for sure.
This is Doug Grattan speaking. A 4x4 post would be another alternative to look at as well as a 2x4. So.
Okay.
well, it's going to be the same width in one direction. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
But sturdier. I think it needs to be sturdier. I just worry about people just knocking them over. You know these drivers, these out-of-state drivers.
Yeah, let's not blame all the out of state. I think it's more local too. So I didn't say it, but anyway.
Okay, I do have a question for the applicant. Had you considered putting them on the fence itself?
No, I didn't, because the ones that are there aren't working. And it's so, if you come and see it, the fence is set back. I'm going to guess it's about 4 or 5 feet in.
Okay, I understand now. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
was going to say you have enough posts there, almost have enough posts as it is.
Yeah, but at night.
Yeah, but I
you know,
understand what your problem.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
I hate to
Thank
say
you.
it, but you have to hit people over the head. I swear to God, it's sad, but true.
All right. Let's see. Okay, Doug, are you still there?
Doug Grant would like to make a motion for application number 21-063 Courtyard Condominium Association care of Susan Smith. Application to install directional signs located at 15 Balfour Lane as presented.
Darcy
Okay, so
Seacon
that-
will second the motion.
Okay, so that would be 8 signs, as Bob points out.
7
Okay.
signs.
Seven.
Okay, all right. We have a second, Darcy?
Yes, I seconded it.
Okay, very good. Motion's been
Thank
made and seconded, so last chance for comments and questions. Darcy?
No further comments.
Okay, Sam
I have
Stryber?
one question, if you don't mind me interrupting.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Is that okay?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, quickly. If we find that in our budget, or if a friend who has a construction company in Connecticut can get us the heavier 4x4s, do I have to come back again, or can I just go with the 4x4?
No.
Okay.
Just do it.
Okie dokie. Thank you for your input, guys. I appreciate it.
So Darcy?
No, I have no comments.
Okay, Sam Stryber?
No further comments.
Bob Burns?
Burns, no further comments.
Steve Du Bois?
I have no further comments.
Doug Grattan?
No further comments.
Dan Silva has no further comments. All right, ready to vote? Well, let's see. Steve Du Bois?
I will vote to approve as presented.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grattan votes to approve.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns votes to approve.
Passes. Sam Stryber,
Sam Stryber votes to approve.
Darcy Sequin,
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
and Dan Silva vote to approve. Very good, folks. All right, so we're on. I guess we're out of signs now. Sam, our next application.
There's an
Okay.
addition.
Thank you very much. I'm going to sign off.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Additions, alterations, 21-64. Michael Jocelyn, Michael Jolin, care of My Generation Energy. Application to install solar panels on the dwelling located at 17 Seaview Street.
All right. I assume we have the representative here, or Michael.
Yes.
Himself, right?
I think I see, yes, this is Abe Boyle with My Generation Energy. I think I see Michael in the meeting also. You've got hopefully in front of you what we have planned here at 17 Seaview. 38 panels filling the western exposure of the roof. Yep, there it is. At the risk of complicating this, the Jocelyn's hope was to install a more traditional look black and white panel. So I've included that a couple pages down so you can look at that. Spending time with this and looking at installations on cedar roofs, I do believe that these panels actually look a little bit better, but it's a personal opinion than the black block that would be with the second set of panels that's just below that. So there are two options there. The white panel produces fractionally more, so that's really what the Jocelyn's are chasing. But those are our thoughts. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
All right, let's find out what the questions are, if there are any. Steve DuBois?
I don't have any questions. It looks pretty self-explanatory, but I would prefer to see the all black panels used instead to sort of bring less attention to them. So I would vote for the ones that are all black without the grid work exposed.
All right.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This is Mike Jocelyn, the owner of 17 Seaview.
How you doing?
Good, how are you? I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was just wondering if I could make a comment. We have a cedar shingle roof that is going to be turning silver over time. And it's actually the panels that are not black that will actually look closer to the roof itself in 3 to 4 years. And so that's the other reason why we wanted the panels that are not completely black.
All right.
So I just wanted to share that with the board here.
Steve, how do you still feel?
It doesn't change my mind any.
Okay. Well, let's find out what Doug thinks.
Yeah, I'm looking at the way it's positioned on the house and the way the house sits in the lot. I have no problem with the ones as presented with the white. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. Bob Burns?
I'm okay with it is as presented.
Okay. Sam Stryber?
So I guess what this implies, and what I looked at, is that the all black ones have a lower yield in terms of electricity. Is that correct?
Slightly. It literally is a fraction.
Oh, it's not part of the equation here?
There is a lower yield there. But again, I think as Mike said, and what I've seen looking at these specifically on cedar roofs over time, if you are trying to blend the best way possible, adding the white lines through the panels softens the look when it is on silvered cedar. So that the production the difference is real but small.
I see. So I think together with the fact that this is such a difficult roof to see, I can see that if you one of the pictures that's the farthest leftmost picture is the one that would reveal the panels. But you soon get cut off by the neighboring house and tree in terms of looking at it. I'm willing to go along. I like the all black panels, but when they're on a roof that's not really readily seen, I think we should go for the higher yield. That's my feeling.
Thank you, Sam. Darcy?
I tend to agree with Sam here. I think the higher yield is good, and the way, like Doug said, the house sits on the lot, I think you're really not going to see them that much. So I would be okay with it.
Okay. This is Dan Silver. My comments are, I'm very disappointed because when you drive by that house on Seaview Street, I want to look at it. I really want to see it. And there's so much shrubbery there and tall trees that you can't. So I don't think either panel is going to be any problem whatsoever. I also want to thank the gentleman for doing such a great job in that house. It really is impressive. Thank you for restoring it. So I can go either way. If there's a tie, I'll break it. I prefer not to vote on either way on it, but I have no problems with either one. Is there anybody else that would like to make a comment?
Yeah, hi, this is Steve. I just have one more question, I guess. Where is all the electrical cabling going to run down the side of the house or across the roof?
Sure. The cabling on the roof will be hidden by the panels themselves. Everything is connected. There'll be a single conduit at the back third of that western exposure, not visible from any spot. It's coming a straight line basically down into the exposed foundation and then right through.
Okay, thank you.
That's the garage area, is it not?
It's about halfway back. It's not quite the garage, but it's deep into the building.
Yeah, thank you. Alrighty, Doug, we're calling your services again.
Doug Grant would like to make a motion for application number 21-064, Michael Joslin, care of My Generation Energy, application to install solar panels on dwelling located at 17 Seaview Street as presented.
Darcy Sequin will second the motion.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Last chance for comments or questions. Darcy?
No comment.
Sam Schreiber?
No comments.
Bob Burns?
No comments.
Doug Grattan?
No comments?
Steve DuBois?
No other comments.
And I have no further comments either. All right, ready to vote all? Darcy?
Darcy Sequin is in favor as presented.
Okay, Steve DuBois?
I will yield to the applicant and vote to approve as presented.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns in favor as presented.
Sam Schreiber?
Sam Schreiber votes to approve.
Okay, and Dan Silver will vote in favor of the application as written. Very good. I think we got everybody. All right, Sam, are we getting towards the end here?
Yeah, we have
Thank
an
you.
addition. You're welcome.
Thank you all.
Thank you. You're more than welcome, sir.
Addition alteration 21, application number 21-5 LC, Air Cape Associates. Application will replace 2 second-story stairs, decks, and sliders on the structure located at 20 Weldon Way.
And I see our applicant.
Yeah, can you hear me okay? This is Jonathan
Yes.
Strout
Yeah,
with
we
Cape
can hear you and see
Associates.
you perfectly. Thank you.
Great.
All right, so where are these rascals?
They're on the rear of the property, the northeast sort of facing side. They can only very little be seen but from the road. They can't really be seen from Weldon Way, but from, Weldon Way comes off of Route 28, and they can be seen just a very, very small amount through the back side yard of the building on 28 there.
Alrighty. I have a question, but let's see what the panel has first. Dave Du Bois?
I don't really have any questions. It looks like they are in need of being repaired or replaced. What are you? It's being replaced in kind. Is the same design? What materials are you using for the deck and stairs?
Yeah, they are in very poor condition. And we are planning to, it's essentially in kind, but not exactly, due to the fact that, as you can see in the photo on the screen there, that particular deck, it comes down against the side of the building and it has a landing right next to the window. In order to meet current building code, the rise run has to change a little bit and we'd be in front of the window. And so the proposal is to have still the same size deck, 6 by 10, but instead of going off to the, as you're looking at it here, left of the slider, bumping the 10 feet over to the right, and then having the stairs come straight down off of that without a landing. And as they're built currently, there are not, the footings are not good. And so, they'd be all poured concrete footings and everything would be PT, framing and decking, 5/4 by 6, pressure treated, rails, top rail, everything pressure treated is the proposed plan.
Okay, thank you. And you're replacing both the sliders with
correct.
Same
And so
size?
the sliders would come out. The sliders currently are white, same white, and then we'd be using the ledger, of course, needs to be replaced. The water table behind with PVC and PVC trim painted to match that blue color of the trim in the building.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Doug Grattan?
I have no further questions. I know it needs to be improved and that's very slight visibility. I'm sure whatever you do will be improved. So I'm good.
Bob Burns?
Railings and balusters, are they going to be consistent?
Yeah, as you can see now, they're currently a little different. It has those wide balusters. We'd be using just the 2x2 PT balusters. Space, obviously, a little closer together than those are there. And yeah, just top rail PT with a grab rail, of course, on the staircase.
All right, thank you. No further questions.
Okay, Sam Stryber?
Yeah, I just want to understand the revised stair design. Are you still coming down on the same side as you as the existing, and just shortening, moving the landing over and up? Is that the idea?
Yes, the landing will be further out from the building. I think by about 4 feet, and it will come out directly the stairs will be perpendicular to the building. It will not be a halfway landing.
So you go directly, but I just don't see which way the run is. Is the run coming away from the building, or is it going parallel with the building?
Away from the building. No longer will the stairs be parallel to the building.
Okay. So in other words, in this picture, you'll come out of the sliding doors and make a quick left?
Yeah, as you can see in that picture there's a few feet of extra space to the right of this. If you were to come out of the sliding door to the right, yeah.
Yeah.
But now that'll be so that the railing will be to your right, and there'll be a little extra space to the left of the slider and the stairs coming down.
Coming towards the picture here, coming towards the viewer, you make a right, not a left, and come down
Right.
in that space. Okay, so the whole deck will move over.
Exactly. Yeah. But still be 6 by 10, same size.
Yeah, you just move it over 3 feet and then bring your 3 feet run right directly down. Okay.
Exactly.
I think the visibility is probably more prevalent in the winter months with no foliage, because I could even see it in a little peak from Main Street. So you're right to come to us for this, but I think it's so unobvious that I think the whole design you're proposing will be more consistent and will look better and be firmer in terms of the strength. I'd be concerned about this 6 by 10 having good lateral stability. So
yeah, and eventually, there's going to be some sidewall shingle replacement and so forth, and bringing the stairs out away from the building will help with that in the future.
Okay.
Darcy?
I think what you're doing is a great improvement. I definitely approve.
Okay, this is Dan Silver, and just to answer the question I had, what you were going to do about the siding, because it looks like it'll be involved quite a bit by the time you get through there, both above and below the deck, the existing deck and stairs. So am I correct in assuming that all the railings, balusters, and supports for the decks will be the same on both decks that we're looking at in the picture?
Correct.
Everything will match both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does look like that one that we're looking at, the main one, needs some help a lot. You got a bit of everything there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, no further comments or questions. Doug?
Doug Grant will make a motion for application 21-065, Chatham Apartments LLC, care of Cape Associates, Inc. Application to replace the 2 second-story stairs, decks, and sliders on the structure located at 20 Weldon Way, as presented.
Darcy Seacon will second the motion.
A motion has been made and seconded. Last chance for questions or comments. Darcy?
No comment.
Sam Schreiber?
No comment.
Bob Burns?
No further questions.
Doug Grattan?
No further questions?
Steve DuBois?
I have no further questions.
Dan Silver has no further questions or comments. All right, ready to vote, folks? Steve DuBois?
I will vote to approve as presented.
Doug Grattan?
Doug Grant votes to approve.
Bob Burns?
Bob Burns votes to approve.
Sam Schreiber?
Votes to improve. Sam Stryder votes to improve.
Darcy Sequin?
Darcy Sequin votes to approve.
Dan Silver votes to approve. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Good luck.
Thank you,
sir, on that.
everyone.
That's going to make a big change to that building. Very nice. All righty. I think that concludes our business, unless anybody else has something, or anybody in the public has a comment they'd like to make. Sarah, we all done? What have we got for our next meeting? Anything?
So as of right now, we have the 2 continued signs,
Yep.
unless there's anything that was submitted in the Dropbox during our meeting. So as of right now, it'll just be the 2 signs. No. As of right now, it'll just be those 2 signs.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much. All right, I think the folks know the drill.
Doug Grant will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Darcy Sequin votes to second it.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. I don't think there's gonna be any comments here, so we'll get ready to vote. Steve DuBois.
Vote to adjourn?
Okay, Doug Grattan,
Votes to adjourn.
Bob Burns,
Votes to adjourn.
Sam Stryver,
Dan Stryver votes to adjourn.
Darcy Sequin.
Votes to adjourn.
Okay, and Dan Silver vote to adjourn as well. Steve, I got you, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. Dan Silver vote to adjourn too. So I guess we are done, Sarah.
We are officially adjourned at 5:41 PM.